Nope.
Don't quote me on that. I need to check my phone, and my phone's on Instagram.
As a musician, I'm surprised
right.
you even got the week. Like,
Yes.
you know, there's so many
Like,
dates going on.
Right. It's
all
like a
the
month
time.
away.
Yeah. All right. Hello. Oh,
Welcome to the Audio Station podcast.
weird intro.
It is the middle of August. Well, you know what, Andy? Nobody sees the intro other than you.
What?
So, you know, you
Oh,
just
before
gave
that.
you just gave it all away.
No, whatever.
How are you today, Andy?
I'm all right. I feel a lot better. I was super sick the last 2 weeks, but still came here and did it.
Yeah, no, me too. I came down with some pretty bad sickness. A lot of the people and like it was just going around. Yep. I was down with the sickness.
Yep.
Pretty down. But yeah, what's going on this week, Andy? What do we have going on this week?
That's your job of the podcast. You do the research, and I just hear and I chime in once in a while. So you tell me what's going on. I'm the stupid person.
Let
that
me
need to
tell
fill
you
in.
what is happening this week.
Let's go.
Before we dive
I don't
into
know.
what's going on in Toronto this hot August humid week, it's been raining a lot. Just for the new audience members, want to update you what this podcast is all about. We're bringing the life behind music to light. We actually started this podcast basically because we wanted to fight back against the whole force that is making live music a little harder to be just easily. It's just expensive to go out. Venues are closing down. Prices for covers going up.
People
beer.
are staying inside.
People are
like
Netflix
me.
and chill is way more popular
Yeah.
than going to an actual show.
Yeah.
You know, so we're trying to counter that in an organic way to make it more, I don't know, easy for people to find the music that they love in the city, and in a city full and just crazy, almost overfilled with raw talent, both like discovered and undiscovered. But yeah, this week I wanted to talk specifically about all the really good music that's been coming out lately. Specifically, the ladies have been coming out with some crazy good tunes. Nicki Minaj and Ariana Grande both dropped new albums, and you know, I'm not a pop fan usually, but I gotta give it to them. I actually loved it. It was pretty awesome stuff.
I have not listened to a single thing.
You've been sick. I think you mentioned that.
Yeah, but I'm inside. Like, you think I'm just sick and staring at the ceiling? No, I'm on my laptop the entire time.
What have you been listening to this week? What's new in Toronto? Find any new indie bands?
I didn't find any new indie bands, but I was listening to TV Freaks a lot.
TV Freaks. I don't think I've heard them before.
Yeah. They're, I don't know. They're just like kind of grungy, punky. I don't know how to really explain them. Like, they're just a very, very weird but fun band. I saw them open up for, I want to say Young Widows, I think it was.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was Young Widows, though, and I can't even remember the venue in Toronto. But yeah, the singer of that band. I think they're from Hamilton, but I think some of the members live in Toronto. Could be wrong. But that band there, the singer of that band is one of my favorite live vocalists I've ever seen.
Really?
I swear to God,
He goes hard,
I
eh?
really, really mean that. Yeah, he just goes hard. He's weird. He reminds me of like Jack Black, but like way more out there.
Okay.
Like, really like animated and like, you know.
Jack
just the
Black's
way-
already pretty animated.
I know, man, but like he nails it. And he does it so well. I don't know. You got to check out TV Freaks.
TV Freaks.
Yeah.
I'll check them out. And
They're so good.
shout out to TV Freaks from
Yeah.
Hamilton. We're promoting Ontario and Canadian music all the time. And this is kind of like trailing a little bit from Canadian music, but still very important. Aretha Franklin has recently just passed away. And,
Rest in
you
peace,
know,
girl.
Yeah, just rest in power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that girl, she just made some waves. She was like one of the first few females to really come through as a powerful black female and like really just define the things that you could do in as being labeled as what she was. And like, she just all throughout her career just ridiculously talented and all sorts of examples of that.
She's the queen of soul.
So yeah, just, you know, paying our respects
That's
to
what they call
that.
her, right?
But in the vein of, you know, whatever is R&B related, Our guest this week is a good friend of mine and a very talented Toronto musician who I was a fan of before I actually became friends with her. Her name's Chelsey Bennett. You can catch her every week at Poetry, among various other venues in the city. We will talk to her a little bit later. I'm super excited to have her on the podcast. Like I said,
she's really fucking good.
She's
really good.
Really talented. But this, like I said, this week has just been, I've been kind of sick. It's been raining, so not too much has been happening on the outside,
Almost everyone I know has or was or is sick.
It's crazy, the bugs and the viruses spread real quick, but stay healthy out there. Drink your kombucha or whatever it is.
Thanks. Shit's nasty.
Hey man, I love kombucha. That shit is great. Hey, don't get your germs all up in the studio.
I fucking put my hand there. Leave me alone.
We have a rule. Okay,
hold it in.
No bodily functions around here.
Yeah. Okay.
But I was mentioning the Kali Uchis is another name of a really talented female artist. Does that ring a bell?
No, not at all.
No?
No.
Ellie Douay?
Nope.
Have you heard The Internet?
Oh, I've heard of it.
The band.
I know. I have heard of them. I haven't listened to them though.
Okay. Well, the singer Sid, she's I think she's like 22 or 23. I can't even remember. She's really young. But she and her band The Internet came out with another album, and also just ridiculous. This summer has been packed it's just been packed full of really, really crazy good music. Charlie XCX came out with new stuff. Charlotte Day Wilson is always killing it, and she's from Toronto too.
I'm offering so little to this podcast today. I feel fucking useless. I'm barely just.
Well, that's what happens to you when you get sick. It takes about a week to become.
You were sick too, though. Where's your excuse?
Well,
you don't need an excuse.
Well, you know what, man? Sometimes if you're sick, you just push through it and you forget about it.
All right, keep going. I'll stop interrupting. Go ahead.
And you keep going.
Keep going.
No, but I was just talking about how happy I am to have such consistently good music come out by female artists. I feel like I don't know if it's because of my ignorance or if it's because it's just actually a thing now, but I can't remember of there being a time where it's just like jam-packed of a small amount of time frame where a lot of great albums by female artists came out that were noticed and recognized. And I think it's a great thing that's happening right now, because I remember last year I think it was like 80% of the number ones were male artists. I remember seeing a video on YouTube about it. It was the needle drop going over statistics over just songs over the year and like different interesting ratios. So yeah, no, I'm just happy to see that balance and that girl power.
Oh, I'm all about it. As I brought up on a previous podcast, I can't remember which ones. Like, I love female vocalists. They bring it. It's, I don't know, something about it just soothes me. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's right. You're really out of it today.
I am.
I can tell. Yeah,
I just got like 1 hour sleep yesterday.
Taking a nap on the mic.
Yeah, I'm done. That's why I have my Red Bull Summer Edition.
Well,
still the best energy drink of all time.
Chug that Red Bull. And then maybe we'll be back.
Yeah, I think for the interview I'll be ready to go. I'll be good. I'll be in top form right now. Shit.
Okay. Well, we're gonna take a little break and then we'll come right back with our guest Chelsey Bennett.
Yes, I'll be okay by then.
And we're back to the audio station with Chelsey Bennett. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And I'm live and live.
Yeah, we're doing a live stream.
I know.
This is a lot of live.
Just show them that.
Whoa.
You're watching you right now. Watching, I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I'm listening to myself.
21st century shit.
Yeah.
Whoa, can I swear?
Yeah, fuck
Absolutely.
Aw,
yeah. I do it all the time.
that's comforting.
Yeah, be you. Be the best you that you could be.
Amazing.
Thanks for coming, Chelsey. We basically, well, I know you've been following a little bit of what we've been doing here.
Yeah.
But we want to just fill in our audience into like what you're doing and what your position in the Toronto music scene is, what you've been up to, like just basically lately.
Yeah. The most recent thing that I've done that I can say I'm pretty proud of is I wrote a song a day for the month of July.
That's right.
And
I was following that. That's pretty
cool, man.
That's
Thanks.
pretty awesome.
And that was really exciting. It was challenging. I definitely missed days. I had some unexpected work that took up a lot of my time, and that's just how life goes, and that's okay. But I
Work
committed, and work is good. And I committed to the month, and I finished the month, and it was great. And I'm excited to move on with those tunes and see where they can take me. And I'm kind of open to whoever wants to hear them and work on something. So if there's any engineers or producers who want to hear some stuff and work on some stuff, I am open.
Like, I'm nowhere near as musically talented as you are, even close. And like thinking about writing a song a day.
Yeah, that's quite the challenge. Most people wouldn't even like begin to
can I do
tackle
that.
So like kudos to you
Yeah.
for doing it. Did you find
So-
any day that was in specific where you were just like, okay, it's getting a little hard to get out of your boxes or whatever?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every like 5 days or so, I would say that would happen.
Yeah.
But also, you don't finish stuff. It's like, it's very much it's like a brainstorming board that you put stuff on every day.
You like upgrade as you go.
Yeah, and obviously things unlock for you as you go. So if you have like a couple little tricks that you know that can sort of speed up a process, I'm okay with that. Like sometimes if I have a melody that I think is really important, I'm not going to spend so much time on the beat or the bass line.
Yeah.
I want that melody to shine. I'm going to work on the melody. I'm going to find the right instrument and the right voicings to go under it, and then that might be the feature or the focus for the day. Whereas other days I might be so into making a beat, I don't even write a melody.
Right.
And that's cool too. So it just like
The
being
strong
able to,
part, yeah,
just like
going
go
in.
with whatever is sort of like wherever the juices are flowing. and
That's
okay.
amazing.
Yeah, I never thought I mean, obviously, I still couldn't do a song a day for a month, but you're sitting
people
there.
Don't say, like people say that without even trying, and this is like it's a community.
So you know who I am. Come on.
Like song a day for a month is a community of people who are doing it with you, and sometimes.
But you do that twice a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one thing. It was like once in a lifetime. You do it twice a year.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
Do you feel like
Yeah.
a stronger songwriter now that you put in the practice of like every day, the dedication of like putting all your free time to just songwriting?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I do.
Because as a songwriter myself, I feel like the biggest challenges for like actually committing to a piece is like deciding when it's done.
Yeah.
Or deciding when you have enough elements that you can even work with to experiment with. As a producer myself, it's a rule for me to like stop adding stuff. Like stop.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because you could keep going, like make it sound better, add more harmonies and all that. But I feel for me, it's like the hardest part for writing is like knowing when to stop.
Yeah, it is difficult to know when to stop, but that's, I think, for me, it's the beauty of having a song a day a month as a challenge, because you have to stop. Either you're gonna kill yourself every single day, and 4 hours into the night you won't sleep, and then 7 days in you're gonna be exhausted. So
So like by the end of it, it's just like what's the first day after your 30-day challenge like? Like when you like re-enter the world.
it's honestly, it's like freedom. It's like, oh my god, I don't
Like you
have
just
to-
got out of musical prison. You're like, oh my god, I'm gonna eat at my favorite restaurant again.
Yeah, it's definitely very liberating in like the most like satisfying goal setting way. Like I did it. I finished this month and I'm so excited to be done. I actually feel like I achieved something, and like I said, days were missed but goals were met, and I'm okay with that.
Congratulations.
So-
That's unreal. And
Yeah, that's the point, and that's dedication.
yeah, that's huge.
So you're a soul and R&B singer, based off just mostly in Toronto. But do you ever play outside or any places that outside of Toronto?
Yeah, I recently took a small tour to just Ottawa and Montreal Montreal.
Nice.
We did a date in Montreal in April and then did 3 dates in May. And that was awesome. Like the whole band came. So I had my regular guys, which is Julian Clark. Shout out Julian.
Oh,
And-
Julian's a beauty.
yeah,
I
you
really
guys-
like
you
that
guys-
guy.
yeah.
He's cool. He's mysterious.
Yeah, he's in it to win it.
But I want to see what
And-
he's like on a tour. I would love to see like,
Yeah.
because he just sits there and like doesn't say
There's
anything.
some background footage. Just you wait.
Yeah.
There is.
Oh,
that's
is there?
right. It's coming. It's
Oh.
coming. Julian
Excited.
is like he's definitely the clown in the group who just makes
Wow.
everybody laugh constantly. So that was the best part. And then Peter Eratostini, he is my bass player.
Oh yeah, wickedly talented bass
man,
player.
he's so talented and just like the kindest, most loving soul. So he's just
Super
like
humble, yeah.
yeah, humble, easy to be around, and on
he
board.
has 2 different degrees for bass.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
that was right.
Is that
yeah.
Humber
Yeah.
College?
No, he went to U of T for classical and
Oh,
Yeah.
that's better than Humber College. That was my. That was.
University of
It was like yeah.
not better. I think that every school has, something different to offer. But anyway, he
For
has managed to take both to the next level, which is obviously pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Daryl Joseph Denny, who joined us for the last leg of the tour, who's my other keyboard player, who's insanely talented and also just like
Yeah,
such a
phenomenal.
sweet, like on board gung-ho player who's going to do wonders in this world.
Yeah, no, I gotta commend you for being able to grab such great musicians and get them together and
Yeah.
come out with like, I've seen you guys perform many times, and you guys perform at Poetry pretty much every week, right?
Yeah, it's actually once a month. It's once a month, but
Mm.
it does seem often, which
Right?
which is good. I'm
Yeah.
happy about that. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, you guys have this knack for even when you're improvising. It's like you rehearsed it. It's you guys, the chemistry's there, and the musical level for all you guys is to a level that it's just super easy. Like it's
Yeah.
easy to listen. It seems like it's fun and easy for you guys to play with each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing.
Absolutely. And just being like, I think this has taken me a long time. Like I didn't know how this would come together, but just
Mhm.
finding people that you groove with and then putting on shows together is
It's the organic
easy.
way to
It
go
is
about
easy,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's been a pleasure.
What would you say is your favorite venue in the city as an
Oh, man.
R&B
That's-
soul?
That's easy.
Oh.
It's definitely poetry.
Nice.
Yeah, by far. Yeah. So I always like to use the word jazz in the description of what I do because there is a lot of improvising aspects to it. And
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, so I feel that poetry is literally the only spot of its kind
Mhm.
where my music is thriving and is supposed to thrive.
Right, it's like it fits the theme of what they're doing. I mean, you have a whole wall dedicated to you. I think in the corner. I remember going there the other day.
That
I'm
must
like,
be nice to find your spot,
"Is
right?
that
Where like
Chelsey
this spot,
Bennett
like
on the wall?"
this is mine here. Like
It is.
that's
man.
fucking cool,
There's
man.
nothing. There's nothing like that, and it is kind of it's like bittersweet, right? Because you're like, oh my god, this is my spot. This is my home. Like this is where my music is supposed to be, and it's where I'm
Oh, yeah.
supposed to be. But where else am I supposed to be, man? Like I don't know. It can get a little bit of it becomes a bit of a bittersweet sort of line.
That's interesting. I never would have, that thought never occurred to me, that could have been a
Yeah.
thing.
Well, of course, she wants to be living in Hollywood. Of course, I'd get out
I
there.
don't know about Hollywood, but
Or
LA is
Idaho. Up to you.
I mean, I think it's really good that you have like such big goals that you get that feeling. It's really, I think it's really good quality to have that ambition that it feels almost like not enough, that you haven't made it yet, so the work will keep going.
Well, I would hope that anybody who wants to, like, actually pursue music for the sake of making music that they believe in
Mm-hmm.
should want bigger, better, more appropriate places to play. To dumb it down, that sounds really like simple, but yeah,
growing
to grow,
always.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm hoping to find a poetry jazz cafe in every city I go.
Oh, you
And
could
if
do
not, yeah, and if not the actual poetry jazz cafe, but the vibe, you
Mhm.
know, and that's obviously the goal, which is challenging right
it.
now.
So is there a specific day a month you play at Poetry, or it's every?
Yeah, technically,
Yeah.
and I don't want to confuse people with this, but it is the second Saturday of every month.
second Saturday of every month, but it changes around sometimes.
Yeah, it's just, it depends on certain things. So for instance, the Kensington Market Jazz Festival is happening next month on the second Saturday. So I'm not going to be I'm not going to be there, but I'll be there the 22nd. Ooh, don't quote me on that. I need to check my phone, and my phone's on Instagram Live.
As a musician, I'm surprised you even got the week. Like, you know, like, there's so many dates going on.
Right?
It's like a month away.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
it's just natural now. You wake up and you know that you play that day there.
Yeah, right. Like, it's just the morning of, and I'm like, I'm at poetry.
So I know that Christina Aguilera and Esperanza Spalding are
that's accurate, man.
I saw that. Yeah, I know that too about
really
you.
Big inspirations of you. But is there any like current or modern, like really recent, fresh new faces that inspire you or that really vibe with what your style and genre of music is?
Yeah. Well, so what I will say is I'm still, because of my song a day, and I've noticed that in my song a day, I end up writing songs that are quite different every day. And
that's good.
Yeah, I guess it's good. So something that I've been like thinking about a lot lately is who I would like ideally open for in that scenario with like, if I were to take some of these song a days and make a set and actually properly record them.
Okay, yeah, you're trying to channel a certain a vibe and a style.
Yeah, because there are certain avenues that I will go down each day, and I think like I've written beats that I think, oh my gosh, this would be so sick to have someone rap over, but there's no way I'm going to sing over this. Like, it just feels wrong.
Right, yeah, it's a little more focused and a little more specific.
Yeah, so sometimes if I think about doing that, I get sort of more inspired by certain people. And so who you mentioned earlier, Kali Uchis, is somebody that I'm very inspired by. I think she's really cool, and I really like her vibe. I don't know what that is, but anything that's kind of related to like the Anderson .Paak, Tyler the Creator, Kali Uchis, a little bit of Georgia Smith, although I gotta be honest, I don't love her style of singing, but I love her songs, and I have mad respect for her. So
it seems I know exactly what you mean, because it's like on pitch, it's on tune, but it's a little like, I can't describe the girl because she's so talented and I love the music, but it's a little like nasally. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
it's like a little like up there for my personal pleasure. But like the songs are great.
Yeah. Like I said,
think for Kali Uchis, in my opinion, it's the fact that she's bringing that, like she's doing like Spanish songs, Spanish versions for some of her songs, and bringing that Latin vibe, kind of like what Shakira was doing. But like on a more modern level. It's really, she's taking some risks that I was like, oh, that's interesting that you'd put that on your album.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I think, I mean, there are people I'm inspired by, like even within the Canadian realm, because I always feel a bit bad. Like we never really talk about the Canadian, like in this
I know what you mean.
Scenario. Like my biggest inspirations for the type of music is maybe not necessarily Canadian, but I think, just in general as music inspirations and people who are doing cool things, like Daniel Caesar is doing awesome stuff. Jesse Reyes is doing really cool stuff. And anybody anybody who's kind of like taking a risk and putting their music out like this, like Ella May, man. Ella May. She's doing cool stuff, and I want to make sure that we like don't forget our Canadian pals.
Being in those Toronto circles, have you ever run into any like faces like Daniel Caesar or something like that?
So no.
It sounds like maybe.
You don't even want to bring it up. You literally ran into someone and they dropped the cake they were holding or something. Like, I'm not going to tell anyone about that.
No, so I know Saya Gray.
Oh yeah.
So that's like
the
my
bassist.
because I've
She's
worked
phenomenal.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to work with her and her brother before, and also people who work for. This is so bad.
Coming up with names on the spot is a little hard.
I know. I feel really bad that I'm forgetting her name right now. But the girl who had that like big pop song she plays and sings, she's really awesome.
Charlotte Day.
No.
Michelle Branch.
No.
Well, we'll give you a little time.
Present day. Anyway, her band I also know and like have worked with, and they're awesome. So people who play with those people I know, but I've never run into. I don't think I've ever run into like the real Canadian like
True. I know you will.
You will.
I want to show our audience a little bit of what you do. So we're just going to go cut to a bit of your performance.
Cool, man.
Yeah, just to show a little bit of what you do so that we can do a little bit more than just talking about it.
Cool, man.
I can't wait.
So yeah, here is Chelsey Bennett live on Audio Station.
Ga 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 Your sugar, your fear, your touch and your hair, your voice, your heat, oh, your light and your stare, your hair, your hat, your spin and your care, your voice, your heat, oh, your light and your stare. I don't want When the sun goes down, nighttime creatures pack the town. That look you gave to me, bottom up in our eyes meet. Your body, sex, and the vibe is right. Now there's no daylight. This creature's ready to enter the playground. That look you gave to me says it all. Our bodies wanna meet. Don't use your eyes, put your body next to mine. I will hypnotize you. Don't use your eyes, put your body next to mine. I will hypnotize you. Now there's no daylight. I'ma rock you all night. Just lay down and feel alright. Night is ours and music's right. You don't need your eyes, your body is fine. Don't use your eyes, put your body next to mine. I will hypnotize you. Don't use your eyes, put your body next to mine. I will hypnotize you. Come on, baby, close your eyes. You don't need your sight tonight. Come on, baby, close your eyes. You don't need your sight tonight. Come on, baby, close your eyes. You don't need your sight tonight. Come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby. Don't use your eyes, put your body next to mine. I will hypnotize you. Don't use your eyes, put your body next to mine. Oh, I will. Don't use your eyes, put your body next to mine. I will hypnotize you. Don't use your eyes, put your body next to mine. I will hypnotize you. Turn out the lights, lit a candle nearby. I felt him sigh, his body near to mine. He pulled me in, whispered, "Let's begin." And the song played. Ooh, I wanna feel it too. I wanna feel it too. You took hold of me, said let's take flight and get lost. You took hold of me, said let's take flight and get lost. took hold of me. Said let's take flight and get lost. You took hold of me. Said let's take flight and get lost. You took hold of me. Said let's take flight and get lost. You took hold of me. Said let's take flight and get lost.
And we're back to the audio station. Thanks for that performance, Chelsey.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks, guys.
Fantastic. Rapid fire.
Wow, yeah, I was going to say it a little more subtle than
Nope.
that, but you know.
Just rapid fire. Let's go.
We are going to do a little bit of a rapid fire question session here to get to know Chelsey Bennett a little bit better. I'm going to start with a question, and then Andy's going to go with a question right after.
Okay.
We're going to go back and forth.
You're going to get hit with 10 quick questions. Are you ready, Chelsey?
I am as ready as I'll ever be.
Right on.
Go.
All right. What is your favorite color?
Yellow.
Favorite food?
This is really difficult because I love all food, but right now I'm going to say chocolate bark with caramel because I had that today and it was really good.
Nice. What is the last song you heard or remember hearing?
I'm going to... Okay, so I was actually listening to this in the car. It's by Ladisi and it's called High.
High by Liddy C.
Yeah,
Right on.
Sick song.
Favorite bar in Toronto?
Poetry Jazz Cafe. Sorry, guys.
Hey,
I
shout
know,
out to
it's kind of a,
poetry.
you know,
Got it.
yeah.
Any pets?
No, but I love dogs.
Describe your teenage years in 3 words.
Difficult, musical, and awkward.
Right on. I can agree way too hard with those 3. What is your spirit animal?
Horse.
What would be your superpower?
Ooh, this is okay. So my mind is already running because I'm in the middle of listening to a podcast about superpowers right now,
Nice.
and because of
Plug
this,
it. What is it? What podcast?
Okay, so it's called This American Life.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, it's big. And they were talking about the difference between flying or being invisible. And just because of that's been on my mind lately, I'm going to say flying because
Yeah.
I think flying would be sick.
Solve the debate.
Go anywhere whenever you want. Why not? What is your most used emoji? And I think you have to look that up because in the most used
no.
over in your texts,
Okay.
your most used emoji is
It's a heart. It's a
a
heart.
heart.
All right.
It's so boring.
So do you have
I mean,
stuck in your
okay,
head?
if it makes you feel any better, some of the other weird ones I have in here are the monkey with its eyes covered. I really like that one.
There's a
'Cause
lot
I'm
of
like,
hearts, lots of different variations of hearts. I see a fire emoji and some flowers.
Yeah. A green.
Yep.
Some green. I use that a lot.
Some squirting. I see some squirting action there too.
The squirt. I like the water, the squirting one, and I like the diamond, and I like the lips.
Okay.
Yeah, like la 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 la.
Now, what song do you have stuck in your head right now?
That's so nice.
Oh man, just because we said it, now I'm listening to the Ladisi High song in my head right now. Yeah, we said it.
Okay.
Nice.
Whatever.
Nice.
All right, you did all right.
Yeah.
I get a B-.
Well, that could have been better. You did all right.
Got a couple false answers there. No one's favorite color is yellow, okay? The liar.
Rude! I love yellow.
The lie detector's results came in.
I got that.
We determined the yellow was a lie.
High lines.
Okay, now, I was doing some research on you and like finding things out, so we didn't want to ask some repetitive questions that you've already been asked 1,000 times. But one of the things that I noticed in another interview that you did is you said that you took a long break with in the middle of your musical career, because you started very, very young and you're doing classical music, and then you took a break. And first of all, why? And then what changed when you went away from music? Like, how did you see it differently when you came back?
Yeah, I grew up in a family of a lot of professional musicians in the classical world. I always had the feeling that I was a musician. It was a undeniable thing.
Very musical family.
Yeah. So then when it became those ages in my life and like in our lives when we were like, oh, I actually want to be my own person now. Mm-hmm. I didn't know who that was outside of being a musician. And so I wanted to do everything but music to figure that out. And I chose to go traveling for a couple of years, actually.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, it's a pretty good choice.
Yeah, I went to Europe for... so I went to the Netherlands for a year because I'm half Dutch. I have Dutch in my blood. And
dope.
I went to... do a working holiday visa, and so that was super cool. And the other year, which was split kind of on either side of that middle year, I just backpacked and I spent some time working for my Dutch bosses in Portugal. Long story, but anyway, Portugal, England, and the Netherlands were like my main spots where I stayed. And then, of course, when you're in Europe, you just take trips.
Yeah.
And you go other places. So I actually didn't have sort of any identity for those couple of years, I would say. I felt pretty free to just...
find yourself.
Yeah, be somebody. And like that somebody changed a lot. And that was cool. And then...
That's an awesome little journey.
Yeah, at some point near the end of that year in the Netherlands, especially because the Netherlands was the place where I actually created some solid relationships, and I made an effort to sort of sink my feet in a little bit more because I wanted to experience what that life was going to be like, learning Dutch and just being in that culture. I started to realize like, oh, I'm actually going to a lot of jams and I'm already being asked to do gigs. Like this is what I want. And it just sort of
became natural.
Yeah, it had to sort of hit me, you know, I had to really like, it had to kind of come back to me in order for me to know, because I ran away from it, you know, and then...
Well, yeah, you were just trying to find something that your parents didn't, like, put you in.
Yeah.
Right? And then the fact that you came to it back on your own just goes to show how much of a part of music is, like, you. So
yeah.
That's good.
I feel like we should all sort of take, in our own way, it doesn't have to be, like, a 2-year hiatus, if you will, but I think we should all take a step back from... where whatever we think we're supposed to be doing and sort of like allow ourselves to be critical of it.
Yeah, realize why you love it again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then finally, like, I moved back back home, like to my parents' place in Peterborough, which was rough times. And then I was like, oh God, like I need to move to a city. I need to do this.
Yeah.
Was it rough because Peterborough, or because of the city, or because just like living with your parents?
Yeah, definitely both. Yeah. And like, don't want to like...
Well, here's the thing. I love my parents, but when I moved out, we had a better relationship.
Oh, definitely. 100%. I think everybody can agree on that.
Yeah. Well, absolutely for my parents. And I just think like Toronto is really great, and I also feel this way a little bit about Toronto. Like I do have my sights set on other cities, and if not to move, just to be in more. Any specific cities like in your top? Yeah, top 3. I mean, because I've been there a bunch and I spent a lot of time there. I really love London, like UK. So I'm pretty set on spending a little bit more time there.
Were you in Amsterdam for a while when you were in
So it's weird, I feel like it's bad that I didn't spend more time there, but I lived about an hour away from Amsterdam in another place called Amersfoort, and I literally spent most of my time in Amersfoort because we had like a really pretty bubbly little music scene there, and it was like a city of 300,000 people. Like, it's not very big, but it just had this little scene, and it's in the middle of the country, so people who were on tour coming from other places, from Germany or from France, they would they would stop over before going to Amsterdam to do shows. And so it was a really nice little hub. So I actually didn't spend a ton of time in Amsterdam, but that is something I wish I did.
You found your own little home outside.
That's pretty cool. I've never even heard of that place before, so that's that's cool.
It's really small though. It's
something when I go on my journey in a month, we might make a swing on. So.
Man. Yeah. If you want to go to Amersfoort, let me know. I'll hook you up with some pals.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Nice.
What just happened? Conversation time or what?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we have one other game. Every week we do this thing called Songversations. It's a pack of cards. Basically, on each card there's a question that is music based. Things like, what is the first concert you went to? What's your what song is stuck in your head? Or just all sorts of I think it's 120 something cards. Just based around trying to get to know your friends and their music tastes without blatantly ask them, so what are you listening to right now?
Yeah, instead of rapid fire questions, it's one that you think about.
Usually we do it at random, but last time Andy picked it out specifically for the artist.
We got enough time though. We normally wait until the last 2 minutes, and then it's oh shit, wait, then what are we gonna do? But we got some time. We can actually
You want to do a random one?
How about you? I'll pick one. You pick a random one, and then Lou picks one.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds perfect. I'm in.
Okay, I'll go first because this is about me. Let's be real.
This is the Andy Show, everybody.
Yeah, you're living in it. Okay. So my first question is, there's a question on each side, so let me quickly browse that. Oh, okay, that one was kind of cool, but I think I might even know your answer on that one.
What's the question?
Okay, so I'll ask you this one then. If you could travel back in time and attend any live musical performance, which one would you choose?
Okay, so do both of us answer that?
Yeah, what are the rules, Andy? This is your show.
Oh, no, you
right
just
now.
answer. This is about you. Yeah, you.
Okay.
Okay. Well, because I think it'd be cool if all of us answered that.
Okay.
Oh, now we're all put on the spot.
Yeah. So I can answer first though, because I kind of know. There are so many performances that I would go back in time for in a heartbeat. I think that I was supposed to be born for the era of the 70s, to live my best life in the 70s.
Oh,
but
yeah, me too.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
but with that said, there's a few, but specifically some Nina Simone performances where she's being really dramatic and just feeling, I think, what was going on, obviously politically at that time, feeling what she was going on specifically, and then to be at her show would just be
super powerful,
electric.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. For me, I think the fanboy in me would want to see early Metallica.
I was gonna
fanboy in me. Yeah, I know. I saw the glitter in your eyes. So I'm like, this guy's gonna say it.
With Cliff. With Cliff Burton. Sorry, I'm yelling in the background.
Yeah, what do you think
with
this
Cliff Burton.
is?
Yeah,
your
Cliff
apartment?
Because I'm thinking, that's my thinking lean.
But if I'm being honest with myself, I think just because of the iconicness of it, I would just love to see Woodstock.
You took my answer. I wasn't gonna say it. I was gonna You took my answer.
What? You have two answers and I took them both?
Yeah,
How unoriginal of you.
Kind of. Yeah.
But yeah, if you had asked me 5 years ago, I would have been 1986 Metallica. I think there's a specific show that they did in Seattle when they just blew up. So they were just a band for 7 years and they were playing stadiums. It was huge, right? Yeah. But probably the more popular answer, I would see Jimi Hendrix play the Star Spangled Banner at Woodstock.
Yeah, I know. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Epic. All right.
So we both have the same. So you can pick one now, and then you...
About the same. That's what a cop-out. But okay.
Mine was Woodstock 69. You know what? Fuck that. I'm going to change it to Woodstock 99, even though I was alive then. And I'm going to go watch Limp Bizkit play Break Stuff. Oh. That's what I'm going to do. I just want to be there for that. Because apparently it was just fucking pure chaos. Do you remember that at all?
No.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. They were it was Woodstock 99, so there's like fucking 2 million people there. I don't know if that was the exact number, but they had like the huge sound towers, and people were fucking ripping them down and shit during that set.
I saw,
it was insane.
Yeah, I saw videos of that, but like 99, I was what, 5?
Yeah, I remember watching it like on like, because I didn't have pay-per-view channels, and it was on pay-per-view, so it was like a barred gray, like black and white barred, but then like, and there's always this like kind of like static line that keeps on coming through. Yeah, so that's how I watched it, and I was like, oh my god, this is fucking crazy. But then like a week later, they just showed it all on Much Music for like a year straight. It was good, dude. That show, that set 99 was like insane. But go on. Yeah. We have like 2 minutes left for this. So like,
okay. Well, this
rapid
is
fire.
Legit the first card that I read, and it says you're returning home after 3 months in Europe. As your plane touches down, what song plays in your headphones?
Oh, damn.
Angel by Sarah McLachlan for sure.
What? That's not.
No, definitely not.
Dude, Sarah has done good stuff for Canada.
It's definitely Smash Mouth Walking on the Sun. For sure. That song is awesome. Or All Star.
I think for me, it would be, not too many people know this song. It's called Home by Resonance. It's just like an EDM bouncy song that has all these crazy cool textures.
I changed my answer to the Stranger Things theme song. Fuck that.
You were back in Toronto, and you're like,
have you actually listened to the full version of that song?
No.
It's insanely good. Like, check that out. It's on Spotify. Fucking like, after this, we'll listen to it, and you're gonna go, oh god. Why isn't this like intro the length of the song? Because that song is actually incredible.
That's hilarious.
Watch
Andy.
it. Yeah, listen to it.
It's pretty funny.
I gotta check it out. I've never heard this.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up, and we're gonna listen to it when we're done this.
So Chelsey, you're back from Europe. 3 minutes. What is your song?
Ooh, I didn't prepare to answer. I was like not prepared to answer this.
Okay, I forgot this is not about me.
Ooh, girl. Okay. Ooh, this is so tough. There was so much good music in Europe. I mean, there is. Okay. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna say I don't remember the name of the song, but there was an Owen Pallett song that came out when I was in Europe, and I was really into it at the time. And it's funny because when you travel, you kind of I did, and I think some friends of mine have told me a similar sentiment. You take on the Canadian identity just because you are a Canadian traveling, and even though like. When I'm here, I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'm Canadian. I don't know. And then I travel, and people are like, "You're from Canada? Oh, you're the Canadian." And then you're always referred to as the Canadian. So I think that just it made me sort of hang on to some of those roots a bit more closely than I usually would.
True.
So there we go. Owen Pallett.
That's good though. Representing Canadian music all over the world. You know.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. Thanks again for tuning into the audio station. This is my name's Lewis.
I'm Andy.
And this has been the interview
Bennett.
with Chelsey Bennett.
What a beauty. She was good. Just a good interview.
Yeah.
Great performance.
Amazing.
Top notch.
Thanks for having me,
Good
guys.
stuff.
Oh, very happy to have you. Really quickly, in 20 seconds, you want to tell the world what you have going on right now?
So I'm performing at Poetry again next month in September. I update all of my media outlets with everything all the time, all of my performances. At It's Chelsey Bennett on Instagram, www.chelseybennett.com, and Chelsey Bennett Music on Facebook, the main points where I put all my stuff. And hopefully between now and Christmas time, I will have like some really solid recordings coming out. That is the plan.
Nice.
Can't wait.
Awesome.
Good stuff.
Thanks for all of that, Chelsey.
Man, thanks for having me, guys. You guys are the best.
Yeah, no problem. We'll see you again next week. To our audience, if you have a band or an artist and you want to be on the podcast and you live in the Toronto area, email us.
We'll think about it.
We will think about it, but email us anyway. The links are in the description and on your screens also. That's the Audio Station Podcast. Again, my name is Lewis.
I'm Andy. Bye-bye.
Signing off.
Bye.